Hello, everybody, and welcome to live coverage of Averett baseball here on the Averett Sports Network. I'm Drew Wilson, joined by Eddie Glenn, as we bring you today's game between the University of Mary Washington and the Cougars of Averett. Eddie, we had a good game here yesterday. Cougars able to pull out an 8-7 victory over Mary Washington in the first game of their two-game series.
And most definitely, like you said, Averett pulled out the first game of this two-game series, and really off of the back of Dallas Smithers, went 4 for 5 at the plate and crossed the plate 3 times. And not only that, came in top of the ninth and finished the game out, got the save and the win. So Dallas Smithers was pivotal yesterday in the Cougars getting the win. Absolutely,
and it was one of those games that was kind of back and forth there toward the end. Mary Washington able to take the lead. I believe it was in the 7th, and then Averett came back and retook the lead in the 8th, and as you said, pulled out the win. So good win for the Cougars. They have certainly been in the need of wins as they've gone along with this very young roster, new coaching staff. So good win for them to go into this weekend when they play a 3-game series with Pfeiffer.
And Mary Washington, like you said, it was a great game yesterday, just a 1-point game. Mary Washington with some good play at the plate as far as hitting goes, but just sloppy infield play is what kind of gave Averett the edge against Mary Washington. A couple of missed balls at the first base, from the first baseman, allowed guys like Vidano to get all the way over to second base off of a would-be single. And a couple of failed pickoffs here and there would get Averett in a scoring position and really allowed them to get that 1-point edge, especially late in the game where, those sloppy, small little errors can really hurt you.
And it certainly hurt Mary Washington yesterday as Averett tied the game in the 8th there, and with Neil Hutchins on second base, he stole third, and the ball was an errant throw trying to get him at third base, and he was able to come in for what would be turned out to be the winning run. So the Cougars able to pick up that victory yesterday, and big win for them. They come into today's game with a 4-13 record. Mary Washington 5-5 on the year. So today's starting lineups, first for Mary Washington, Kevin France getting the start at DH, leading off. Then Ramses Ruiz at shortstop. Christian Haig at first base. David Slupek in right field. Mark Smith in left field. Tyler Ray in center field, batting 6th. Nicholas Bass at second base. Daniel Ortiz getting the start at catcher today. Mike Flosser to the start at third base, batting 9th. And pitching today is Mason Reiser, who comes in with an 0-0 record. Now we're Eddie with today's starters for the Cougars.
And then, like you said, for the Cougars, leading us off at the lineup, second baseman Kyle Vidano, number 15, first baseman Bradley Tickle, in left field is Dallas Smithers, batting 4th at third base is Matt Tuggle, catching is Neil Hutchins, the designating hitter is Cody Jones, in right field is Tyler Bianco, shortstop is Nick Taylor, center fielder batting 9th is A.J. Harton, and the pitcher, Tanner Bradshaw.
Bradshaw has seen some action this year and getting the start today. He is 0-0 in terms of record on the season.
The athletic trainer for the Cougars is Brian Benitez.
We're going to take a brief pause for the national anthem. When we come back, we will have the first pitch for you right here on the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back. We here with Mary Washington. Averett set to start Game 2 of their two-game series. here at Owen Fulton Field. Really cloudy, cold, windy day here in Danville, Virginia. Sun peeked out a little bit earlier today, but it is nowhere to be found at the moment. And kind of this really cold weather that it's not really baseball weather, Eddie. And I know the teams are ready for some sunshine and a little bit warmer temperatures.
Cold and windy it is, and like you said, not baseball weather. And when games aren't going on, it's raining. So absolutely not your ideal sports weather unless you're playing indoor sports. So like you said, both teams ready for some better weather so we can get a little bit better play on the field.
Yesterday I was on my way back over to the field after running out to get something to eat for lunch, and it was sleeting on the way over here. So obviously not ideal temperatures this week. Kind of made a joke earlier this week that it's spring break, but it doesn't feel like spring. So, and we really haven't had much of a break with all the home games we've had this week either. So Cougars wearing their navy blue tops today with the gold sleeves. Mary Washington in the gray pants with the navy blue tops. Wind blowing from right to left as usual here at Owen Fulton Field. Tanner Bradshaw, as we said, getting the start on the mound today for the Cougars. This will be his 5th appearance of the season, first career start. The freshman has a 6.35 earned run average and 11 1/3 innings. So give him a chance to give the coaching staff a look at him as a starter and see what he can bring to the table as a midweek guy. He's been a reliever all so far this season and has come into some jams here and there. So he's also a first baseman, so he's gotten some starts at first base throughout the beginning of the season as well.
And in talking to Coach Bailey after the game yesterday, he's really high on all of his pitchers. He's got a lot of young pitchers, and one thing he's really excited about is their ability to play both ways, be two-way players, and not only pitch but get on a base as well. So,
absolutely. Well, first batter is up there. That's Kevin France, the DH for Mary Washington. He'll step up to the plate. France got the start at catcher yesterday, the junior out of Mechanicsville, Virginia. First pitch from Bradshaw, be looped into right field, but Bianco there to make the catch for out number 1.
And Bianco had one yesterday that he almost got to hit almost closer to that foul line, and he had to sprint over to the ball, but couldn't quite get there. Did a good job of being aware that time to get the out.
That'll bring Ramses Ruiz. Ruiz, a junior out of the Dominican Republic. First pitch from Bradshaw, low for ball 1. Bradshaw, a righty, 6'4", 240 out of Goochland, Virginia. And this one hit out to the shortstop. Nick Taylor grabs it, throw to first a little wide, but Tickle able to stretch and make the out for out number 2.
And Ruiz was someone yesterday that Mary Washington really wanted to get on a bag. He's one of their speedsters in their batting lineup, so definitely someone to watch out for if he's able to get on base.
That'll bring up Christian Haig, first baseman for the Eagles. Comes into today batting .303, and he puts this one deep into right field. Bianco dives, can't make the play, and it'll drop in for a stand-up double here with 2 outs in the top of the first inning.
And as I mentioned about the ball yesterday, hit out towards Bianco. He had to dive for the one yesterday, couldn't get to it. A little bit of a miscalculation on the dive. Looked like the same thing happened there, but Cougars with 2 outs and 1 on second now.
Looked like that ball kept soaring on Bianco, and I think he realized it was over his head and gave a good effort on the dive, but just not unable to get to it. So 2-out double. That'll bring up David Slupek, the right fielder for Mary Washington. Batting .348 on the season, fouls out 1 out of play. Slupek with 4 RBIs, including 3 doubles. Has 8 hits over 23 at-bats coming into this game. A 0-1 pitch from Bradshaw. Curveball tries to hit the outside corner, but just a little bit low. That'll leave in the count of 1-1. Bradshaw looks the runner at second, comes to the plate, swing and a miss for strike 2.
And Slupek does have some power he can put behind that ball if he can connect to it. 1-2 count, 2 outs, and a runner on second. Cougars looking to bring this one in, get off the field, and get runners on.
And breaking ball misses outside. That'll even the count at 2-2. Bradshaw ready. And 2-2 pitch. Going to be hit right back to Bradshaw. He knocks it down and throws over to first for the third out. So Mary Washington gets a 2-out double, but Averett able to get out of the jam. And we'll go to the bottom of the first inning when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
And we're back here at Owen Fulton Field in Danville, Virginia. Again, my name is Eddie Glenn, joined by Drew Wilson. Mary Washington got a 2-out double that they looked to capitalize on last time at bat, but struck out at the plate. So this will bring on Cal Vedano of the Cougars to lead us off.
Mason Reiser getting the start today for Mary Washington. This is his second start of the season, second appearance of the season. As that pitch misses outside, yeah. He only lasted 2 innings in his first start of the season. Got roughed up for 5 runs. None of those earned, though.
Another one outside. Almost same spot, ball 2.
Did have 5 strikeouts in those 2 innings, so 5 of the 6 outs he recorded were by strikeouts. So strong performance there. Just guessing he didn't get much help behind him defensively. And that ball
sends this one up towards center left field. And it's going to be hauled in by Tyler Ray. So this will bring up Bradley Tickle to the plate. 1 out on the board. Tickle looking to get something started here for the Cougars.
Tickle having a pretty decent year so far. Batting .310.
Low and inside for ball 1.
I like him being slotted into the second spot in the lineup. I think it's a good fit for him. He's a guy that is he's shown that he can hit for a decent average and get on base. Pops this one up into the infield. Play made there by Flosser for the out.
And an especially good spot for Tickle if Vidano can get on base. Vidano being one of the faster guys on the team. If Vidano can get himself a single, Tickle with the power can really push him on to second or third. But this brings on Dallas Smithers after the infield flyout.
Smithers batting .319, shows bunt, but pulls it back. That ball low into the dirt. Smithers has 22 hits this season. That's second on the team, just behind Vidano, who has 24.
1-1 count after that. Strike hits the outside corner. And again, Smithers coming off of a great game yesterday. 4 for 5 at the plate. So looking to match that or even top that this game.
He leads the team with 8 runs batted in. That ball in the dirt. Senior out of Ringgold, just outside the city, went to Dan River High School. He and Tickle were high school teammates.
Outside pitch, ball 3. And Smithers, one of the seniors on the team that Coach Bailey is looking to groom a lot of these freshmen and sophomores that's on the team. Very young team here with Averett, but Coach using his seniors to their fullest potential as that ball goes up and over second base, drops right in front of right field, and Smithers is going to round first. He's going to stay on.
Good 2-out hitting there by Smithers. Get the single. Now have a runner born here for Matt Tuggle. Tuggle batting .409 this season. Leads the team. He was supposed to start yesterday and got scratched. Had a little nagging injury, but it looks like he's back and ready to go today.
Trying to catch Smithers over there. Was able to get down and get back.
Smithers a good lead. He takes off, and that ball gets by.
And Smithers is going to think about taking third.
So Smithers was on the move, so he gets credit for the stolen base, even though it was a wild pitch.
So it's going to be a meeting of the minds here at the pitching mound. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here at Owen Fulton Field. And we're back here after Coach Reiser steps up to the pitching mound. 1-0 count, 2 outs on the board. Smithers out on second.
Smithers, with that last stolen base, he's 8 for 8 on the season on steals, so showing the speed on the base paths. Now he's in scoring position here with 2 outs.
Second ball, 2-0 count. Him and Smithers and Vidano, two guys that can really hurt a pitcher if he's not looking. That speed can really get him. And like you said, he's 8 for 8 for stolen bases. Good swing and miss there from Tuggle.
I think Tuggle sees that huge gap in left center field. He was reared up and ready to go, try to hit it over that way. That would have easily, if he could get over that way, it would easily drop in.
Ball fouls out. 2-2 count now. Toggle looking to make something happen at the plate. Try and get Smithers around the bases and across the plate. He chops that one over to the pitcher. He's going to dig it out, but the eventual out will send the Cougars back to the field. So 0-0 still the score here at Owen Fulton Field. We're going to take a break and be right back here at the Averett Sports Network.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the second inning. Still scoreless here at Owen Fulton Field. Leading things off for Mary Washington will be the left fielder, Mark Smith. Smith comes into today batting .324 on the season. He'll step in and face Bradshaw. First pitch fastball in there for strike one.
And that one right down the middle. No gimmicks about that pitch.
Breaking ball misses outside. Smith with 6 doubles. Over half of his hits are doubles. He's got 11 hits on the year. In 34 bats, has 5 runs batted in, and misses that one for strike 2. So 1-2 the count. And a little chopper. That'll get through the left side for a single, and Smith is aboard here to lead things off in the top of the second inning.
And that one able to really sneak past third baseman Matt Tuggle as he tried to get over there, but just inches away and got over out to left fielder Dallas Smithers.
So that will bring up Tyler Ray. He'll step in, the lefty. Ball foul out of play to the left side. Ray out of Pompano Beach, Florida. Sophomore. Believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he got the start on the mound yesterday. That was the DH in yesterday's game.
I think he did as well.
0-1 pitch from Bradshaw. 0-1 fouled. Over to the left side, it'll get out of play as well. It's here for the start of the game. They had to slide down to women's lacrosse. We had a busy day here at Averett's North Campus yesterday. Games going on at the same time.
And women's lacrosse able to pick up the win yesterday in that game.
Absolutely. Big victory over Chatham, school out of Pittsburgh. Bradshaw with the 0-2 pitch. That's in the dirt outside. That'll get to the backstop. And Smith will scamper down to second on the wild pitch.
1-2 count. Runner on second. No outs on the board, so the Eagles with some options now.
Pitch hit out to left field. Smithers, a few steps back. He makes the catch for the out. Runner has to stay put.
Way to track that ball down by Smithers. I know that probably got caught up in the sun that's right over here over our heads, but it's a nice cloudy day outside, so shouldn't have gave him too much trouble.
So with one out, that will bring up Nicholas Bass, second baseman. Ball fouled out of play. Another pitch in the dirt, and that one goes back to the backstop as well. So 2 wild pitches here for Bradshaw has moved the runner over to third. So potential first run of the game, 90 feet away here for Mary Washington. 1-1 is the count to Bass. On misses, so 2-1 now.
Bass pops that one up in the infield. Hutchins able to get up under it and get the out.
And make the catch just inside foul territory. So 2 outs now for Ortiz. Eagles last chance to maybe get that run in here with 2 outs. Of course, the Cougars love to leave that runner stranded over there and get back to the bottom of the second inning.
Swing and a miss from Ortiz.
Big swing there by the catcher. Junior out of Rochester, New York. He's obviously familiar with this type of weather. And another big swing. Now he's in an 0-2 hole.
Ortiz swinging to bring the runner and himself in across the plate.
Ortiz so far only 1 hit and 7 at-bats this season. He's played in 3 games coming into today. Does have 1 walk. Bradshaw with the 0-2 pitch. Hit up the middle. That'll bring in the run. And Mary Washington will take a 1-0 lead.
And Ortiz sent that ball right past Nick Taylor out to center field. Again, like you said, get himself on base and get Mary Washington on the board. First point of the game. And that brings up Mike Flosser.
And he'll look at strike 1. Flosser, a freshman. Native of Maryland. Ball fouled out of play.
0-2 count now, 2 outs. Ortiz on first.
Flosser 1 hit and 11 at-bats this season. And an 0-2 hole. Has struck out 5 times this year. That pitch in the dirt. Good job by Hutchins to stay in front of it and keep the runner at first. Bradshaw's been a little wild with that breaking pitch here in these first couple innings. And the 1-2, this ball hit over to the first baseman, Tickle, and he will step on first for the third out, but not before Mary Washington takes a 1-0 lead with the first run of the game. We'll go to the bottom of the second when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
So we're back here on the Averett Sports Network. My name is Eddie Glenn, joined by Trevor
Remagos.
Remagos. I'm sorry, Trevor. It's a hard name. Usually good with names, but that one gets me tongue-tied every time. So this will bring up Neil Hutchings to the plate after Mary Washington able to get on the board and take the lead 1-0. Hutchings swinging a miss there for strike number one. Hutchins, a junior transfer. Pitch outside for ball one. And that's another ball. So 2-1 count for Hutchins now. As Ortiz will step up to talk to Reiser. Give him a little confidence booster here in the early goings of this half inning. And Hutchins hits this one out towards right field. And it's hauled in pretty easily by David Slupek. So went out on the board. This will bring up Cody Jones.
41, Cody Jones.
I think Averett needs to get back to the basics a little bit. You can't score without getting runners on base. And they only have one hit in the early innings to Mary Hardin's 3.
And Averett definitely has the speedsters to, when they get on base, to get around. But like you said, you've just got to get people on at least. So Cody Jones swinging and missing on her first one. That pitch bent back inward. So 0-2 count now. One out on the board for Jones. Jones pops this one up. Looks like this one's going to land. And what a haul in by the shortstop. Ramses Ruiz able to get back and haul that one in over his shoulder.
The center fielder was playing kind of deep on that one, but his shortstop bailed him out.
And Ruiz almost hauling that one in like a wide receiver over the shoulder, able to track it down. So this brings in Tyler Bianco. Pitch comes in for ball one. 2 outs on the board, no runners on for the Cougars. Bianco looking to get some momentum started here. That one low, 2-0 count. Ball popped up for a foul ball. Two one pitch. Swing and a miss. So 2-2. It's the count now. 2 outs. Pitch low and outside for ball 3, so full count, 3-2. 2 outs. No runners on for Bianco. And they're going to walk him. So that will bring up Nick Taylor, shortstop, number 20.
Now batting number 20.
2 outs on the board, and Bianco up on first.
The Eagles got a run last inning with 2 outs. See if Averett can respond. Tie this game back up.
Pitch low for ball 1. Nick Taylor, a freshman out of Central South Carolina. Now ball popped up towards right field and hauled in. David Slupek able to get to it. So the Cougars not able to get on the board. Score still 1-0. Mary Washington out in front. After that third out, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here on the Averett Sports Network. And we're back here at the Averett Sports Network. 1-0 is the score after Mary Washington sends Averett back to the dugout empty-handed. And this will bring up number 35, Kevin France, back at the top of the lineup for the Eagles.
First pitch is lined in the center. And the leadoff, Kevin France, is on with a single.
Now batting number 18.
Start the inning for the Eagles. Brings up the shortstop, Ramses Ruiz. Bats from the right side. 1 pitch is bunted down the third base line, and there will be no play. He beats it out.
So Mary Washington doing a good job early in this inning. They've got 2 runners on. They got a runner on first and second.
Now batting number 5, Christian Hayes.
And now Christian Haig up to the plate with no outs on the board.
And if there's someone who could send it out of the park, it would be this fella. He's 6'6", 220. But Averett also in position for a double play. First pitch is down and away for a ball. The 2-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Bradshaw has really not been pitching that bad. Mary Washington has just found some ways to produce some runs. 2-0 pitch is fouled off. Bradshaw gets the sign. Checks the runner on second. The 2-0 pitch is outside again.
So 3 balls, 1 strike for Haig. And you've got to think Bradshaw doesn't necessarily want to walk him in this situation with no outs on the board.
This needs to be a safety pitch in the zone somewhere.
And this one pops up.
Caught by Tickle. Retires for the first out. So Averett, with 1 ground ball, could get out of this inning, which started out kind of dangerous for them.
Like you said, Mary Washington was on a roll, had a lot of momentum, and the first 2 batters getting on base. And so Slupek now went out on the board, runner on second and first.
Swing and a miss. Good low fastball. 0-1 count. Still runners on first and second. Looks like he was looking for the same spot. Missed a little bit outside, low and away. Makes the count 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a miss. Same spot. Low and away. Got Slupek to chase it this time. Brings the count to 1-2. And Bradshaw can strike out Slupek and put Averett in a good position to get out of this inning with no damage done. One-two pitch. Out and away. Gets away from the catcher.
But Hutchins, again, able to do a good job of keeping that ball in front of him. Now letting France advance to third base. So 2-2 count up for Slupek.
Two pitch. Struck him out. In the dirt. Got him to chase. And Bradshaw retires
Now batting number 21, Mark
Slupek
Smith.
for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Mark Smith.
And Bradshaw on his way to pitching out of a really bad situation that he started out in early in this inning with 2 runners on. This brings up left fielder Mark Smith to the plate.
Smith fouls the first pitch off the catcher's mask and back. Gotta think the Eagles would love to get an insurance run here. Bump the lead up to 2. The 1 pitch just missed outside. He wanted to swing, but he held off. Good location by Bradshaw. Just better hitting by Smith, who laid off the pitch. Bradshaw long stare in. Now he's got the sign. 1-1 pitch. Lined and just fouled down the left field side. That might have brought in 2. But now Bradshaw only 1 strike from getting out of this jam. Big pitch coming up for Bradshaw. The 1-2. Slider just a little outside. Evens the count at 2-2.
And you got to think he caught Slupek swinging at the last at bat, and you got to think he wants to catch Smith swinging on an outside pitch like he did Slupek.
And he's been working the zone to the right side on the lefty.
Takes the count 3-2 now.
Full count to Smith. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Grounded to the shortstop. Throws it in time, and Averett gets out of the jam. Good pitching by Bradshaw after 2 runners got on with no outs at the beginning of the inning to get out with no damage done. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd, score 1-0 on the Averett Sports Network.
And we're back here at the Averett Sports Network after the Cougars were able to battle out of a bad situation to start us off in that top half of that inning. And this brings on A.J. Hart to bat for the Cougars. Score still 1-0. Eagles out in front. Hart swings and misses on the first pitch. Mary Washington was able to get 2 runners on. But Bradshaw able to pitch his way out of a bad situation. Hart showed bunt. Cross the plate, so 0-2 is the count. And Hart sends this one out towards left field, and he will get on base. A nice single for him as we're back at the top of the lineup. Vidano up to the plate now.
That's a good way for Cougars to start off the inning.
And if Vidano can get on base, that will bring on Tickle, big powerful hitter. 2 speedsters on base, and that is again if Vidano can get a single and get on base. Trying to catch Hart, cheating, but he's able to get back. Vidano shows bunt, pulls back. 1-0 count.
I was just about to say, with a 1-run game, I was thinking maybe play a little small ball and bunt the runner over and see if we can't get a Tickle to get a big hit.
And that's what he tries to do, but ball rolls foul. 1-1 count now. Again, trying to catch Hart. Able to get back. Vidano back up to the plate, 1-1 count. And that bunt down the third base line. Vidano almost makes it over to first base. But nevertheless, he does bat Hart over to second base, and that will bring on Tickle with 1 out. And A.J. Hart on second.
Number 15, Bradley Tickle.
And Trevor, that bunt almost got Vidano over to first base with the speed that he has.
Yep, he almost did beat it out, but he has done his job and given Averett a chance with a runner on second in scoring position.
First pitch comes in for ball number 1. Tickle sends this one over to second base. He'll get thrown out at first, but that sends Hart over to third. And so this will bring on Dallas Smithers, who's been hitting well all year. And he does have a runner on third. 2 outs on the board.
Center field appears to be shifted a little bit to the left. He has a pretty big gap in right center if he can just poke one out there.
First pitch comes in, strike number 1. Outside, ball 1. Low and inside for ball 2, 2-1 count. Vidano looking to bat hard in to tie the ball game up. Or Smithers, excuse me. Strike came in low as well. 3-1 count now. 2 outs on the board. Hart still on third.
Mary Washington looks to be playing it real safe. Doesn't want to give Smithers anything to hit.
And they will walk him. So Matt Tuggle will walk up to the plate with a runner on first and third. 2 outs on the board.
Number 31, Matt Tuggle.
Smithers able to get back on first. Tickle got a hold of that ball but sends it foul. Tuggle, excuse me. Pickoff attempt doesn't work. Tuggle able to get this one out to shallow center field. And that brings Hart in across the plate. Puts him on first, and that gets Smithers around to third.
That was a good job by Tuggle to fight off that low ball and just send a blooper into short center. He also had the hit and run.
So score 1-1 now, and this brings up junior Neil Hutchins with Smithers on third. Ball low and outside for ball number 1.
Averett with their 2-out rally going. Now has a chance to take the game with a runner on third.
Inside, strike 1. Back outside, 2-1 count. Three one count now for Neil Hutchins. Again, Smithers on third, Tuggle on first. Ortiz will step up to talk to Reiser. So as Hutchins steps back to the plate, 3-1 count, 2 outs on the board, 2 runners on. And they walk Hutchins. So bases loaded. Cody Jones will step up
Now batting number 41,
to the plate.
Cody Jones.
So as Coach Reiser steps to the mound, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here at Owen Fulton Field. Back here at the Averett Sports Network, loaded bases here for Cody Jones, 2 outs on the board. And he pops this one up. And Ruiz Called off by the center fielder. Tyler Ray able to get to it and get the Eagles out of that bad position. So Averett tied the ball game up 1-1. Headed to the top of the fourth inning. We'll take a break and be back here at the Averett Sports Network.
Leading off for the Eagles in the top of the fourth, number 7, Tyler Ray.
So we're back here, top of the fourth inning, score 1-1. After Averett was able to bring A.J. Hart in from third base. This brings on number 7, Tyler Ray, up to bat. First pitch is a ball.
Bradshaw goes back to work here in the top of the fourth, looking to continue his good into the third. Second pitch is outside, called for a strike. One is smacked to short. Long throw, but in time to retire the first batter. Bradshaw seems to have found a little groove after the third, when the Eagles start off the inning with runners on first and second with no outs. He got out of it, giving up no runs. And he's back to work, retiring the first batter. Now batting is Nicholas Bass. He fouls off the first pitch to the left. Curveball down and away. Evens the count up at 1-1. One pitch is lined up the middle and down for a single for Bass.
Bass able to get himself on base with Ortiz behind him. And Ortiz's first time up to bat, he was swinging for the fences.
Bradshaw's 1-1 pitch is skied to center and will be taken in by the right fielder, Tyler Bianco.
Now batting number 10, Mike Flosser.
And that is 2 outs And that brings up to the plate Mike Flosser, the third baseman, the 9-hole hitter for the Eagles. Still have a runner on first with 2 outs. See if Bradshaw can get Averett back to offense. First pitch is right at the knees and a strike. The 1 pitch is down the line and fair.
And that ball really straddled the line, and that might bring, or it takes Bass all the way to third base. So now, with Kevin France up to bat, their leading hitter, he's got 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs on the board.
Big double from the 9-hole hitter, Mike Flosser,
Now batting number 35, Kevin France.
to put France in a good position for the Eagles to take the lead.
And you mentioned earlier, Bradshaw did battle out the last time he was at the mound of a 2-out situation where he had runners in scoring position, but he's looking to do the same thing here. First pitch to France is a ball.
Another ball low. Brings the count to 2-0. Averett does have first base open. If they would walk France. The 2-0 pitch.
And
is
France sends
skied.
this one out to left field. And it's hauled in by Dallas Smithers. And Bradshaw again able to get out of a bad-looking situation. Great pitching by Bradshaw so far in this game. 1-1 still to score. Tie ball game. We'll take a break and be back here at Owen Fulton Field.
Leading up the Cougars in the bottom of the 4th. Number
So we're back here at bottom of the 4th inning. Tyler Bianco up to bat. Tie ball game 1-1. First pitch low down the middle. Ball 1. Outside corner, strike 1.
Midway through this game, Eddie, Averett's defense and pitching have been their strong points and kept them in this game, as Mary Washington has 7 hits, only to Averett's 3, but the score is still 1-1.
Bianco is batting .400 on the year. One-two count. Bianco will send this one out towards right field, and that will put him on first. A nice hit from Bianco. Let's get himself on, so that will bring up shortstop Nick Taylor.
Nick Taylor.
Averett players all checking their little play cards they're pulling out of their back pockets. Coach must be calling some plays down from the dugout.
Trying to catch Bianco twice in a row. And a nice hit. But it goes foul for Taylor. Lands right outside that foul line. But if that would have landed infield, that probably would have brought Bianco all the way around.
Yes. It was very short and right. Just in the outfield grass and over the first baseman's head. The third base coach thought it was fair. He was waving him around.
A 1 count for Taylor. And Bianco able to get all the way to second base. And Taylor makes his way over to first. Taylor will come back, excuse me.
Fouled that ball off to stay alive. Just caught a little piece of it according to the umpires.
So 0-2 count. Pitch outside. 1-2 count now. Another foul ball from Taylor there. Trying to stay alive in this inning. Second ball in a row, 2-2 count. And that pitch does hit Taylor, so he will advance over to first, and this will bring on A.J. Hart. No outs on the board, 2 runners on.
A.J. Hart.
A.J. Hart can make something happen here. And that bunt almost stayed in line. Rolls just foul, so Hart will step back up to the plate, 1 strike. Hart showed bunt, across the plate. 0-2 count now. 0-2 pitch comes in outside. One ball, 2 strikes. No outs on the board. Bianco on second, Taylor on first. Oh, wow, pitch comes in. That will advance both runners 1 base. So Bianco on third now and Taylor on second. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Costly pitch for Riser there. Took the Eagles out of the double play they had. Possible double play.
And Hart caught swinging. But this will bring on Kyle Vidano with just 1 out on the board and then 2 runners in scoring position.
Now batting number 4, Kyle Vidano.
First pitch comes in for a strike.
Vidano really has the chance to bust this one open for the Cougars here if he can get a hit and score at least 1 or 2 of these runs.
Second one right down the middle again, so 0-2 count.
Back-to-back curveballs start at the out-bat. You don't usually see that very often.
That one way outside, obvious ball. One-two pitch coming in. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. 1 out on the board, 2 in running position. 2 in scoring position, excuse me. Dono swinging and missing for the 3rd strike. And that puts 2 outs on the board for Tickle.
Now batting number 15, Bradley,
Bradley Tickle looks to make something happen. These 2 runners in scoring possession. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch comes in for ball number 1, so 1-1 count now. And Tickle able to send that one out to second base. And the Cougars can't really make anything of it, so 1-1 still to score. Tie ball game as we head towards the top of the 5th. We're going to take a break and be back here at the Averett Sports Network.
Ramses Ruiz.
So top of the fifth, we are. Score is still tied. 1-1 Ramses Ruiz at the plate for Mary Washington.
Bradshaw back out for his 5th inning of work. He's looked good so far. 7 hits on 1 run. Tie game. Bradshaw starts this one out to Ruiz, who fouls it off. A little dribbler to the left side. A 1 pitch from Bradshaw is a beautiful curveball down and away, swung on by Ruiz. Makes the count 0-2. Bradshaw looks in, gets the signal, the 0-2. Another curveball away. Brings the count to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Line, but right at the third baseman, Tuggle, who catches it and puts it away for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 5, Christian
That will
Hall.
bring up Christian Hogg for the Eagles now. First pitch is swung on and grounded foul down the third base line. The 0-1 pitch is popped high to straightaway center and caught to retire for the second out. And Bradshaw, again, has just been grooving for the past 2
Now
innings.
batting right fielder, Davis Lupek.
In that groove, he also worked out of a bond where he had runners on first and second with no outs. And that could have been dicey, Eddie, but he did it.
Yes, he did, and now he has 2 outs in the top of the 5th. With Supek up to bat, and first pitch is a ball. Second ball in a row.
To a pitch. Again outside. Brings it to 3-0. Pitch is swung on and missed for the first strike. Top shelf fastball. 3-1. Bradshaw working quick. Gets the count. Gets the signal, throws it, and it's ball 4 outside. And the Eagles have their first base runner of the inning.
And this will bring on left fielder Mark Smith.
Well, Eddie, we've seen a lot of 2-out threats today. Averett scored off of their 2-out rally.
And Bradshaw's worked his way out of a bunch of them as well.
It's been a 2-out affair this game. See if Bradshaw can put them away. First pitch is fouled off to the right side and just out of play. Swing and a miss. Another good high fastball. Brings the count to 0-2. And Bradshaw is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Bradshaw looks in, gets the signal from Hutchins. Now he's ready to pitch. The 0-2 swung and missed. Beautiful curveball to put him away. And Averett gets out of this inning. We'll be back after this short break on the Averett University Sports Network.
So we're back with Dallas Smithers up to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch comes in low and outside for ball 1. Smithers swinging and missing. 1-1 count now. Smithers showed bunt but pulled it away last second, so 2-1 now. Smithers swinging and missing again, 2-2. He's trying to get a hold of that ball and send it out towards outfield. And that swing and miss sends him back to the dugout. So this will bring on Matt Tuggle, third baseman.
Now batting number 31, Matt Tuggle.
Tuggle, a junior out of Bassett, Virginia. First pitch inside for ball 1. Swinging and miss for Tuggle.
We've been lucky to get to see a pitcher's duel today. Both pitchers have their curveballs, and all their pitches working very well.
Tuggle sends this one over to Reiser, and Reiser will have an easy time throwing that one over to first for the easy out at second. Or at first, excuse me. Second out.
Now batting number 3, Neil.
This brings on Neil Hutchins.
As I was saying, Ed, both these pitchers have had their stuff today. Not a big offensive game. Really just these two pitchers having a duel going at it.
First pitch outside for ball 1. So Hutchins sends this one over to third base and tried to dig it out, but Mary Washington goes 3 up, 3 down. And the bottom of the 5th, so headed towards the top of the 6th. We're going to take a break. Score still tied 1-1. We'll be back here at Owen Fulton Field. Here in the top of the 6th, score still knotted up at 1 apiece. Tyler Ray up to bat for the Eagles.
Bradshaw will go back to work. His first pitch outside and away. The 1-0 pitch right at the knees and called for a strike. Bradshaw's pitched 5 innings today, only giving up 7 hits, 1 run. He's also got 2 punch-outs and a walk. This one is taken lined, but right at Tyler Bianco, who makes the catch to retire. First out.
Bianco's had a great game out there, right field. He's only missed 1 ball that was sent his way early in the game, but other than that, he's been pretty solid.
And he had the layout for that one. He's been a magnet over there. One out is the first ball is fouled away by Nicholas Bass. 0-1 count. Bradshaw leans in, gets the signal. 0-1 is fouled off the foot. That makes it 0-2. Nice cool day here on Averett's campus. A little overcast. Wind blowing to left field. Hasn't affected it much as it's been a big pitching game. The 0-2 pitch is down and away. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Bass is making Bradshaw work for this one. It's fouled off the past 3 balls. The 1-2 pitch from Bradshaw Fouled off again. To the right side. Yet another curveball fouled off. Might need a new shipment of balls soon, Ed. The 1-2 pitch from Bradshaw is low and away.
And one that finally didn't go over the fence as a loss.
Two pitch, low and away. And Bass is proving himself to be a tough out after fouling off 4 balls straight. Did not break at the outside sliders.
So full count now. It went out on the board.
Here's the 3-2. And Bass is just competing today. He's not going to give Bradshaw an easy out right now. Three-two pitch up high, and Bradshaw walks Bass, but Bass definitely earned that one.
Yeah, they fouled out about 13 balls over the fence there. But nevertheless,
and right on cue comes another a ball shipment down from the Averett dugout.
So up to the plate now is Daniel Ortiz.
Runner on first, 1 out. Bradshaw checks him. Bunted. Back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw with it to first. Retires Ortiz. Ortiz moves the runner up to second with 2 outs. Bradshaw with another runner in scoring position, this time with 2 outs. We'll try and get Averett out of the inning and back to bat.
And like you said, here we are again, another 2 out little thrift here, as you called it earlier. On a runner in scoring position. And Flosser, who sent one to center field last time he was at bat.
Flosser 1 for 2 today. That one's low.
Showed bunt, pulled it back.
One-0 pitch. Tried to bunt again, but laid off. The ball was just outside. Two out count to Flosser. 2-0 count. Bradshaw's 2-0 pitch just catches the outside corner. It's 2-1.
2-1 count, 2 outs in the scoring runner position. Runner in scoring position, excuse me.
This ball's bunted back to Bradshaw. He's going to field it and throw to first. And the runner will beat it out. Flosser beats that out. Throw was a little in the dirt, but it was a bang-bang play. So now I have runners on first and third with 2 outs. And that'll bring the top of the order back up for the Eagles with Kevin France. France is 1 for 3 today.
Now batting number 35, Kevin France.
First pitch comes in for a ball, low and outside.
One 0 pitch is inside and fouled off. Bring it back to 1-1.
No,
1-1 count. Bradshaw wind up, stretch the pitch. That ball is grounded to third. Got to be a quick play and just in time. Bradshaw works out of another struggle and keeps the game tied at Averett for 1-1. Going to the bottom of the sixth. We'll be back after this short break on the Averett University Sports Network.
And so we're back here at bottom of the sixth. Cody Jones up to bat. First pitch comes in as a ball. Knotted up at 1 apiece. Hadn't seen a run since the third inning. Nice strike on the outside of the box. Pitch inside for a ball.
was that just now?
I didn't see emotion to it.
2-2 count now.
The rest of the field is the same. Here's how you can make movements.
I'll find out what their deal is.
Should I just
Another inside pitch takes us to a full count. 3-2.
Keep it for right now.
And have a little separate section on there for runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way you work the whole scoreboard.
And that pitch inside called strike.
Wow. If I'm being honest, Ed, I thought that one was a little more inside of the previous two.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. But the ump has a little bit better view than we do. Cody
Oh.
Jones isn't happy with the.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think you can believe it either.
So this brings on Tyler Bianco. Showed bunt, pulled it back. Strike one.
This was not bad. A lot of them jam them on you. Oh, you mean on the left? Oh, okay.
Bianco sends this one up high. And able to get to that is Daniel Ortiz. So out number 2. Or Bryce Rooney as he came in for Ortiz.
Now batting number 20, Nick Taylor.
Rooney coming in, making an impact early on. So strike called.
The ump is giving Ryder these inside curveballs now.
And Nick Taylor smacks that one out down third base line, and it was called fair, and that's going to put him over on second base. And Trevor, what a nice hit there. Went 2 outs on the board.
Just fair down the third base line. Set Averett up with a runner in score position and a chance with one good hit to take the lead.
So this brings on A.J. Hart, who scored the game-tying run as he was able to make his way all the way around the bases with 2 outs on the board.
Teach them how to do that 7-4. Do we have the knockers up here?
I was looking to see if he pulled up.
Pitch inside for ball 1. And like you said, ump has a little bit of variety in what he's calling striking the ball on those inside pitches.
That was another one. This time he called it a ball.
And the rest of the field is the same.
Your fastball.
That one was
Man,
low
he's
inside
right
and a strike. Yeah.
1-1 count now.
So when you got an ump like this, you just got to be ready no matter what.
Ready for anything with those inside ones on.
Yeah, everybody looks the same.
Swinging and missing is A.J. Hart, but on the run and able to get down is Nick Taylor, who's now on third base.
Is it 2-1 or 1-2?
1-2.
1-2 count for A.J. Hart. 2 outs on the board.
Coach is going to slow the pace down, talk to AJ here. Calm down. Any little dink, single, will bring in this run. 2 outs. Go ahead, run 90 feet away.
And A.J. Hart will send this one up high. Foul over towards first base, and able to get to it was Christian Haig. So Averett not able to capitalize with a runner on third base. So score still tied at 1 apiece, headed towards the top of the 7th. We'll be back here at Owen Fulton Field. So here we are, top of the 7th. Ramses Ruiz will lead off for Mary Washington, tied up 1 apiece after Averett couldn't make anything happen with a runner on third.
I think we may have just created a little scandal.
And that ball is just caught the outside corner for a strike.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Bradshaw is going to go back to it, top of the 7th. This ball is hit to right and fall down and make the catch for the first out.
And guess who? Bianco it is.
Another good play by Bianco on the run to retire the first batter.
Now batting number 5, Christian Haig.
That'll bring up Christian Haig.
They were taking like 14, 15 hours to keep score and just like do little things like that. Little league team in Raleigh. I was like, that's ridiculous.
That ball was down and away for ball 1.
No, that's not straight. No, that the girl that came up to me that night in Chatham, that we went to high school.
Bradshaw's 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Bradshaw really painting the corners here today.
Yes, he has. He has been working the corners.
It was his mom, Chantel Wilder. She just, I wanted to
Low and inside, a check swing.
get 3 technicals from you.
Check swing by Christian Haig. He caught a piece of it, so it's 1-2. Bradshaw has a chance to put him away. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball fouled off to the right side. Shaw looks in, gets the signal. The 1-2 pitch is inside. Evens out at 2-2. Two pitch,
This ball's sent
curveball
out.
down the line and fair and left, going for 2. The relay is over the head and
I know, wow.
down to first base, and Haig will get up and make his way to third off of a throwing error. So 1 out. Haig gets the double. An errant throw by the shortstop will put him on third, and he is up, limping a little bit. He had slid into second, and it took him a minute to get up to run to third. They're checking him out. Nevertheless, that'll put a runner on third for Mary Washington with 1 out.
And that will bring up David Slupek.
So Bradshaw will have to battle his way out of another jam if he wants to keep this game even.
So it's like
See if he's up for the challenge.
right, your call. Yeah. But if it's a ground out, then
Haig looks to be okay at third, and we're ready to start back up.
Slupek
First
caught
pitch.
swinging hard.
Chain on the changeup, caught him off speed. The 1 is outside. He ends it up at 1-1. Slupek hits one on the ground to first. Touches first, and throw home will not come as Haig slides home to take the lead with 2 outs for Mary Washington.
yeah, right.
So this will bring on Mark Smith as
Now batting
Haig is able to take
Mark
the
Smith.
lead in the top of the 7th for Mary Washington.
First run scored in the whole game since the 3rd inning when Averett tied it up. First pitch is a low strike to Smith. Bats from the right side. Bradshaw, second pitch is outside and called for a strike. The 0-2 pitch is popped up in the infield. Calling for it will be the shortstop, Taylor, who will catch it and put it away. And Mary Washington will get one run in the inning off one hit and take the lead. We'll be back here shortly after this on the Averett University Sports Network.
So here we are, bottom of the 7th here. Cal Vedano up to bat, top of the batting order for the Cougars as they trail by 1 in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch, a strike. Ball comes in, second pitch, 1-1 count. And that ball chopped over to third base, sneaks past third baseman and the shortstop. Sneaks in the shallow left field, and Vedano will get on first base.
Yeah, it was a little dribbler and it just kicked up right as the third baseman went to get it. Shortstop was running behind him, but he just couldn't get there. Vedano's on.
Looked like it changed speeds or changed heights kind of midair.
Funny bounce.
Yeah. So this will bring on Bradley Tickle. No outs, and Vedano on first, and it'll be interesting to see if they sack Bunham here over the second. Vedano has a lot of speed on him. So that would be interesting with no outs to see if Tickle just bunts Vedano over. And if he does, that will bring Smithers up to bat, who also has a lot of speed on him.
Yeah. So, would be smart this late in the game. 1-run game.
Interesting situation here for the Cougars. And you can see third baseman for Mary Washington over there creeping in, Mike Flosser. All the way in the grass. And Vedano tries to steal, and he does. And he's going to get up and go to third. And Vedano is able to do it. Vedano's going to round third. And he will stay on.
Wow. He almost could have scored there, Ed.
He almost stole from first all the way home.
If he'd have been paying just a little more attention to his third base, he was waving him because the center fielder had actually overran the ball. That it was rolling to him because of the overthrow. And he slipped.
So Vedano's showing off his speed. So now Tickle with a different situation on his hands than
when we started.
With Vedano on third now and no outs on the board. 1-1 count. Tickle getting a hold of it, sends it foul.
Just about any ball put in play could score Vedano. With no outs. Now, Mary Washington's coach will bring the infield in to protect the run.
Who was it that got the inside the park grand slam in the NCAA regional?
So the whole infield is playing in all the way up on the dirt.
And Tickle will send that one over to the pitcher. He checks Vidano.
And the defensive move pays off as the ball was hit right back to the pitcher. He looked back, Vidano, and threw it to first for the first out.
So this brings up Dallas Smithers, another speedster for the Cougars. Smithers was the saving grace for the Cougars yesterday around this time. He saved the game in the bottom of the 8th. So he does have Vidano on third. Just one out on the board, which is the good thing. Smithers a great hitter for this team.
The outfield is playing in too.
Pitch inside. Ball one, and I thought the umpire might have called that one a strike, though he's been calling those inside pitches, but
Those inside ones are toss-ups. Sometimes they're strikes, sometimes they're balls.
and Smithers gets a hold of this one. And so Vidano will score, and Smithers thrown out at first. So a tie ball game now, 2-2. And this brings on Matt Tuggle with 2 outs on the board as Averett ties the ball game up.
Matt Tuggle.
And that was good by Vidano to get on as a leadoff hitter and get all the way around to score and tie this game back up right after the Eagles took the lead.
Nasty pitch there, strike one. And that ball will be hit out towards left field, and Tuggle will get on first base. So catcher junior Neil Hutchins will walk over to the plate.
Now batting number 3, Neil Hutchins.
So then just go back and backspace TV.
It's the funniest thing last year. First time I saw Cale walk up, had a milkshake. Oh, really? It's probably a cookout. Yeah, he's up there all the time.
Pitch outside and low for ball one. And that ball is sent out to right field for a single. So Cody Jones will step up to the plate with 2 runners on, 2 outs on the board.
After scoring, Averett back-to-back hits. And that'll bring on the Mary Washington pitching coach who's out to the mound.
So we're going to take a break here, Trevor, and we'll be back here at the Averett Sports Network. And so we're back after a pitching change. Number 16, Robert Cross will step up to the mound. Cross, this will be his 5th appearance on the year. He's pitched 13 innings. He's got 11 strikeouts, a 2.08 ERA. Pitch low and outside for ball 1. That advances the runners. And so, just like that, Trevor, Cody Jones with some more options as he now has Tuggle on third and Hutchins on second. Cody Jones swinging hard, trying to bring everybody in on that one. 1-1 count. Gets a hold of that ball but sends it foul. Jones gets a hold of that one on the 1-2 pitch, sends it foul. And Jones will send the ball over to third base, and the third baseman had the ball in his glove but couldn't keep a hold of it. So that brings Tuggle in. 3-2 is the score. Averett taking the lead late in this ball game. Hutchins on third, Jones on first, and this brings on Tyler Bianco. And the Cougars playing well with 2 outs on the board right now.
Yes. Close game like this, defensive game, those little types of things matter like that.
And a pinch runner. Should be number 1, Matt Wall.
Pinch running for the Cougars, number 1, Matt Wall.
Pitch inside for ball 1. Wall able to get back. Wall trying to steal second. He does. And they're able to throw Hutchins out at third. So 3-2 is the score as we enter the top of the 8th here. Good baseball going on. We'll take a break and be back here at Fulton Field. So here we go with Tyler Ray up to bat for Mary Washington. The Cougars took the lead 3-2 in the top of the 8th.
First pitch is down and away. And we have a new pitcher. That'll be it for Bradshaw. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 9 hits, 2 runs, only 1 was earned, and struck out 2. The new pitcher is Dylan Touchard. And this ball is popped to short. Diving effort by the center fielder will not be enough. And Ray will come all the way around for a leadoff double for the Eagles. So just like that, the Eagles have a runner in scoring position.
Now we'll bring on Nicholas Bass.
For Nicholas Bass.
Showing bunt, but bunt sent foul is Bass.
Thank you for asking. I was funny joke I was about.
I was waiting for it. Did you have like that gun and stop?
Yeah, she is. She is. Going hard. She's jealous. That's all it is.
0-1 pitch by Touchard is low. Even the count out at 1-1. Tyler Ray is at second for the Eagles. A lot of action going on around second base right now. This ball is lined into the gap, and that will tie the game. And he is headed for second. The throw is in time. Got him. And they've ejected him. They just ejected Slepik as he mouthed off to the ref, and he is still going. He is mad. Bass. And he has been ejected. He also has tied the game. The second base umpire has thrown him out, and he is still yelling coming off the field. And the coach is having a stern conversation with the umpire now.
You don't have to coach for the day.
Bass was not happy as when the umpire called him out, as he was up off the ground immediately.
Immediately yelling at him.
There's still a conversation going on between the second base umpire and the third base coach for the Eagles. The Eagles have tied the game off of a single by Nicholas Bass, who was ejected on the play.
Yeah, I put UMW Nicholas Bass ejected for arguing with umpire.
So tie ball game, 3 apiece, 1 out on the board.
I don't know that it shows up for anything.
Now batting is Bryce Runny, catcher who came in to replace Daniel Ortiz. 1-0 pitch is down and away.
The last couple times I've been there, it hasn't been that good. Where? Dickies and Riverside.
2-0 count. Touchard, the 2-0 pitch. It's down and away. Runs the count to 3-0.
It's right there next to what used to be Bank Dutch.
And that ball just kisses the outside corner for the first strike. Bringing it to 3-1.
6-1-6.
Only one out in the inning.
Right at the street.
The 3-1 pitch from Touchard is hit on the line and foul down the third base line. That was a very close ball. It's just foul and brings the count to full.
It's worth what you pay for it either. 6-1-6.
I heard it was good. It's good.
Actually, that's my
It's not where you go like every week. Once a month or every.
The 3-2 pitch. Smack down third base line. Throw to first is in time. Just got him.
So this will bring on Mike Flosser.
Batting number 10, Mike Flosser.
They closed down and then reopened it.
Good play by Tuggle over at third. The ball got away from him just for a second, but he recovered just in time to throw the runner out at first.
So Touchard looking to get out of this, get off of the mound, that is, after giving up a run early on in this inning.
First pitch is down away in the dirt.
He's opening up another place too. It's like a fresh swirl farmer's market.
Ball sent foul, 1-1 count.
Yeah. Isn't it? Or no, is it the same guy? That's right, Jeff. You wrote that.
Touchard, the 1-1 pitch. Curveball, right buckled at the knees.
1-2
strike.
count now. Mike Flosser, 2 for 3 at the plate for today.
Had a pretty good game.
Touchard looking to end that run for him.
This ball is grounded to the second baseman, Vidano. Throw to first in time to retire the side.
So the Cougars will come on the bottom of the 8th. Tie ball game, 3 apiece. The Cougars look to come back in this ball game. And we're back here, bottom of the 8th inning, tied up 3 apiece. And Tyler Bianco up to bat. Showed bunt, pulled it away.
Very back and forth affair today, Ed. It's 3-3. Each team is answered in either the next inning or the follow inning, and with their own run to tie it back up.
It's a 2-1 count now Some cross. That one low and outside. 3-1 now. That one down the middle for a strike. 3-2 count now. Fouled that one off over the away team's dugout. Oh, that one called strike in the bottom outside corner. And that was Bianco back to the dugout.
Very close, Ed.
It does bring on Nick Taylor. Low and outside for ball one. That one fouled out over Mary Washington's dugout. 2-1. So 2-2 count now. Takes it to 3-2. And they walk him, so Taylor will walk over to first. And this would be A.J. Hart stepping up to the plate now.
Now batting number 8, A.J. Hart.
Swinging and missing on that one's A.J. Hart. 0-1 on the outside pitch.
They do a numbering system based on instead of doing like softball used to do that. When Brennan was coaching, all the players had like wristbands and they like look at the codes.
I seen it for pitching.
Hey, this home is blowing up, Kevin.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
So Taylor able to get back to first. And so Taylor able to get to second. He's going to get up and advance to third after a wild throw. So with one out on the board, A.J. Hart has a runner on third. He does have 2 strikes. So Trevor, a single will put Averett back in the lead.
Yes, that would be great. The throw was a little errant, even though AJ swung at it. But one swing of the bat. They'll bring the infield in again.
So 0-2 count, went out on the board. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. So this will bring on Kyle Vidano, top of the batting order, with Taylor on third.
Player number 4, Kyle
And if Vidano can just get a single, that's all he needs. And now we'll give Averett the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. And how fitting would that be as Averett won the game yesterday in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ball high. Inside. And it does. It hit Vidano. So that will bring on Bradley Tickle. So Tickle with 2 outs on the board. Vidano on first and Taylor on second. Or third, excuse me.
Bradley Tickle.
Tickle 0 for 4 today. Now would be a great time to get his first hit. Give Averett the lead.
And so a meeting at the mound will send us to break, and we'll be back at the Averett Sports Network. So here we go with Bradley Tickle. 2 outs on the board, 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. Pitch outside. And so Vidano steals over to second. And it looked like that throw might have got away from the second baseman over there. And Nick Taylor almost thought about coming in, but stayed on third as they checked him. So 2-0 count for Tickle. 2 runners in scoring position now. Pitch low down the middle. Strike number 1, 2-1 count. And he does get a hold of it, but he sends it foul. So 2-2 count now. 2 outs on the board, 2 runners in scoring position. And Tickle will chop this one over to first base.
No! Let's go.
And an error and throw will bring in Taylor and Vidano and send Tickle all the way over to second base. So just like that, the score is 5-3. Cougars lead off of the error and throw there from the first baseman, trying to toss it over to the pitcher, looping around.
I couldn't tell if he had thrown it a little too high or if the pitcher just missed it. It looked like it was right on his glove.
Almost too easy of a throw to make right there. So 2 outs on the board. Tickle on second. Cougars up by 2.
We'll take it. Averett takes the lead.
They clear the balls and strikes.
And so for the second game in a row against Mary Washington, Averett takes the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. And this brings on Dallas Smithers.
Mary Washington's 4 errors will be a glaring spot if Averett holds on to win. Unfortunate there. He was squaring around the bunt, and the pitch would have hit him had he not been bunting.
1-2 count now. So Smithers able to get a hold to it. Sends it over to first base. So the Cougars will take the lead into the top of the 9th, 5-3. As Tickle was able to bring in 2 runners late in the bottom half of that inning. So we're going to take a break and be back here at the Averett Sports Network.
So this score holds. Two shot get the win.
So top of the 9th here after the Cougars put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. 5-3 is the score. Cougars out in front. Mary Washington at the top of their lineup. Kevin France up to bat. And Smithers in the pitch.
Smithers looking to get the close here. For Averett, the save. First pitch is low inside, first strike.
And you count two starters still in because even if he doesn't come out and pitch this inning, because he's still in the game. He's still the pitcher of record, yeah.
That pitch is low and away in the dirt.
This would be his second save if it holds.
For his first ball.
To short would be 1-1.
A 1-1 pitch from Smithers. Gets the outside corner low. Make it 1-2. 1-2 pitch is dinged back up the middle and off of the foot of the shortstop into left. For France to get the lead on runner on for Mary Washington in the top of the ninth.
And this will bring on Ruiz. Ruiz 1 for 4 at the plate so far today.
First pitch from Smith to Ruiz is down low and away for ball 1.
Got a pinch runner, number 24.
And France will come out as a pinch runner comes in. Number 24, Jordan Allen,
Pinch runner for the Eagles, number 24, Jordan Allen.
a freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia. So Mary Washington gets some speed on the base paths. Try and close this deficit. Smithers will try and finish them.
Two-zero count. Allen on first.
Couple throws over to first. Try and get Allen. But he's back in time. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Ruiz. And make the count 2-1. Another throw on to first, but he's back in time. Beautiful pitch by Smithers. Just got the low end of the plate. Makes it 2-2. Two pitch from Smithers is low in the dirt. Ruiz wanted it, but he did not budge. Full count. The 3-2 pitch from Smithers is grounded to third, to second. The relay not in time. But Averett does get the lead runner. Ruiz will make it to first on a fielder's choice.
Now batting number 5, Christian Hayes.
So 1 out for the Cougars. Smithers' first pitch to Haig is outside for a ball.
So it should be nobody out, 2 outs, right? So if he comes around and scores guy first,
No matter what, he can earn.
no matter what.
Because you got to figure that guy wouldn't have reached, the first guy wouldn't have reached regardless. He would have been out.
Yeah,
And this guy would have been out because it would have been a 5-3.
5-3.
So it should be 2 outs.
So anything now is under, because it's 2 outs.
This ball is hit a long way in the air to right. Back of the wall. And he caught it. Barehanded it on the way down. Right fielder must have lost it in the sky. Nevertheless, records the out. That was a close one.
That was really close. That ball kept going and going.
Now batting number 25, David Sluzak.
So the Eagles down to the last out. Let's see if Smithers can finish him off right here once and for all. Get Averett the win.
Post game one in.
Smithers' first pitch is away, and it gets away. And Ruiz makes it to second.
It's on me. It's on me.
One 0 pitch. Inside also. Nearly clipped Slupek. And Hutchins will go out and have a word with Smithers.
So 2-0 count, Ruiz on second.
Averett trying to close this out and go 2-0 against Mary Washington. 2-0 pitches outside, brings the count to 3-0. Smithers 3-0 is popped up and foul right behind us in the press box. Hit straightaway center, and it will be over the head as one run will come in to score. And Slupek is on second with a 2-out double to cut the deficit to 1 run.
So this brings on Mark Smith with Slupek on second, 2 outs on the board. And now Mary Washington trails by just 1.
Now that is 21, Mark Smith.
Pitch runner.
I'm guessing.
And a pinch runner will come on for Slupek. Lambertson. Lambertson is a freshman from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Some discussion going on between the third base coach for Mary Washington and the umpire. The new runner just appears to be stretching.
Yeah, backlog everything. I think get the old stat files from the conference.
We are ready to go. The batter for Eagles will be Mark Smith, who has the tying run at second with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Dallas Smithers looking to close it out for Averett. And first pitch is smoked down the line, but foul.
And if you're a Mary Washington fan, that's the right idea there from Smith. But if you're an Averett fan, you're glad it went foul.
Sure, that would have scored the run for sure. The 0-1 pitch from Smithers catches the outside corner.
So the count 0-2 now with 2 outs.
The Cougars are 1 strike away from a win. Gets the signal. The 0-2 pitch is grounded to third. And he lost the ball, and Smith will make it to first safe after Tuggle had a little trouble fielding it over at third.
Now batting number 7.
So runners at first and second, 2 outs for the Eagles. And Tyler Ray will come up.
Tyler Ray 1-4 at the plate. Ray pops this one up.
Out of play, out the left field side. This ball is on the ground to first. Toss over, and that will do it. Averett wins the game, 5-4. Runners on first and second will not come around to harm the Cougars as they finish this game with a 5-4 win, and Smithers gets the save.
So the Cougars against Mary Washington picking up the win 2 days in a row, and they advance to 5-13. Mary Washington drops to 5-6. The Cougars winning it again against Mary Washington, again with runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that's 2 games in a row where they've done that. So good job to the Averett baseball team. We want to thank you for joining us. Trevor's been a great time broadcasting with you. You did great on your first time. And
Thank you.
again, we want to thank you for joining us on this great evening of Averett baseball. So we'll see you tomorrow here on the Averett Sports Network.